What's going on, guys? It's January 23rd. Took the weekend off, so I apologize for not posting. But I got another one for you. Let's dive in.
So how do you step into your feminine energy and have any masculine man chase you? So I want to share some ways with you of how I stepped into my feminine energy that actually work. I just want
to say this real quickly. Please, 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 when you see videos like this, especially when the female's telling other females how to become or how to initiate, or in this case, I guess how to step into, just know off gate, it's a flat out lie. There's no way you can suppress who you really are. And the females who even click on this information tells you right there, obviously, they're not feminine. It's just a simple mask, something to temporarily manipulate how she's being perceived in society, or really amongst other men, and trying to once again give themselves a sheep in wolf's clothing type of a scenario. But we'll let her go.
say, and this is going to be a really big one on how I stepped into my feminine energy. Real feminine energy has nothing to do with catering to the male. So step number one in this is
wrong. Real feminine energy is taught to you from other women. It is not something that you can just all of a sudden step into and learn. And this girl, you'll see, is going to give us some hacks. So imagine air quotations around that, but some tips and tricks. But let's see.
It's going to seem paradoxical, but stop trying to be liked by men. Stop dressing for men. Stop doing things for men and figure out more who you are and what you like. The weird thing that happens when you stop trying to impress men and you're always doing everything for men and you just start doing you and dressing how you like and doing what you want is when you get the real masculine men who come after you because they see that your focus is not on men but on yourself. And there's nothing more divinely feminine than that.
Let's pause for a second. Just to back it up just for a few of the points that she gave here. So telling females, of course, not to worry about the man. I get that. Okay, cool, whatever. But to then follow it up and say, just figure out about, who you are, what do you like, essentially go on a soul searching journey for your own personal understandings, or I guess whatever it is that she's saying women should work on, versus trying to do things that actually make you an asset, make you valuable, irreplaceable, things guys actually look for, is amazing to me. I don't really know how successful her relationships have been, but I'm willing to bet not very successful. I took a look at her hand. I didn't see any kind of ring, so I would assume she's more than likely still single or out in the streets. Let's go.
The moment you stop trying to be liked by people is the moment you will start being liked because you are freely being yourself. Now the next little hack is something that
And I just wanted to say this as well. Obviously, if you follow what she's saying, you focus on yourself, you dress the way you want to dress, you're worried about what really makes you you as a female, doesn't that just make you the best alternative to be single? I mean, what benefit or what can you offer a man? I hate to use that phrase, but what do you bring to the table if all you know is you, yourself, and how to make yourself feel better, or how to have better understandings of your innards? I don't get it. I mean, how many times have you guys seen TikTok shows, Instagram, YouTube, where they ask females, what do they bring to the table? And then they give you that basic general response, I am the table, or I make the table, replace that with whatever BS you've heard. But it's like, how do you present nothing and ask for the world? It's incredible. But we'll let her keep going.
I learned, which is that the less you give to a man in the beginning stages of a relationship, the more he will give to you.
Now, I'm assuming she's referring to sexually. I don't know. She's not giving us a ton of context. So a lot of this is up for just loose interpretation. But I mean, giving a man less up front, yes, you want to go ahead and prove to him how useless you truly are, because that is going to one day blossom into an opportunity where he then all of a sudden realizes your femininity and then wants to pursue you. Right. Okay, let's keep going.
Honestly, don't know why, but I've just noticed that that has been true a lot for me. Let the man be in his masculine by pursuing.
And I'm assuming she means not sleeping with him on the first date type of thing. And that was able to gain her an extra week or even extra 2 weeks of just conversation and banter. Nothing really worthwhile, but in her mind, she felt like it was worthwhile because she wasn't ghosted on that following weekend. Let's go.
You by making plans, by giving things to you in the beginning, by proving himself. I'm not saying you should never text him first or you should never call him first or something like that, but it's more so that the energy should be coming more from his end than from yours. I always say
correct, because you're going for a masculine man who, let's just go ahead and say it, most masculine men, if they're truly masculine at their core, 9 times out of 10 are going to be in a upper category of men, and those men usually are in leadership roles. So you're telling me it makes more sense for a man who probably has more societal pressure, obviously career pressure. It could be a lot of different things on his shoulders to then find more energy and devote it to you as the female because you want to give less up front, and that makes the perfect ingredients for a long-term relationship. I don't get it, but we'll keep going.
You can see that you're dating a feminine man when the moment you stop doing, the relationship isn't moving forward anymore. You really want the man to be the driver in the beginning stages of the relationship. So give him space.
Let's just stop real quickly. So she's now telling us if you give less as a female and the man notices it and begins to pull back, then that is, by her definition, a feminine man. Now, I'll be honest and just use myself as an example. When I did online date, my inbox, I've obviously a ton of options, and you're going through them. You're of course evaluating this, looking at weaknesses on that, and the opportunity aspect of it is when you're dealing with multiple females, and this is of course before any kind of meeting or even going as far as sexual activities. None of that stuff. This is just on the front end, and you're suggesting to other females to give less up front, which can easily be interpreted as just not interested. And I've got other females who are interested, giving me plenty of attention, healthy conversation, wanting to know about me, my activities, things I want to do, places I'd like to go to. And this female is telling you to actually go the opposite direction. Now, I get it to a certain extent if she's in a higher category of female, or we'll use the sexual marketplace value as a good scale. If she's on that scale that's above most women, that may work. But let's just be honest. Most women are not in that category, and neither is she. So this sounds honestly more detrimental than it is helpful. And I, as I said before, she doesn't really strike me as a feminine female. We can clearly see the neck tattoos, the knuckle tattoos, the bandana on the head. I guess that's feminine nowadays. I don't know how it is. I don't know how it is, but I'm now looking at that bandana. I think of the old graphic of the cartoon female that's like the wartime with the the fist in the air type thing. So I don't know if this is new age feminism, if this is 2023's version, but pretty rough around the edges, I will say. But let me go ahead and mention this. I do see the face full of makeup, and I do see the earrings. So I guess 2 points there.
Let him come to you. And yeah, sure, you can hit him up if you want to, but let him do that more in the beginning.
Right. So that's how she's ending it. So I guess she kind of gave a little, part B or alternative B at the end that, yes, you can hit him up, blah, blah, blah. But clearly, guys, we all know the odds are in our favors. More females out there than men. We've got 1,000 different apps. It's kind of the same thing. The females trying to maintain the stranglehold or the upper hand is just gone. Unfortunately for them, they're trying everything they can. They're manipulating ways to show themselves as ways they really are not at the core. And unfortunately, at some point or another, it will come to light. You can only fake what you aren't for so long. Well, guys, that's all I got. Drop your comments at the bottom, like and subscribe, and tell me, what do you think? If you've got a female who's all about herself, she's worried about how she wants to dress, she's not really making you a priority, doesn't really care about how she can assist you or be valuable to you, or as I said before, become irreplaceable. The things that I would imagine most successful, most masculine men would actually want, despite what this girl is suggesting. And to be honest, do you think feminism, or in this particular clip, feminine energy, is something that can be turned on and off? I know in my experience, it's certainly not the case, but maybe this is new. Drop some comments below. Let me know what you think. Talk to you later.